This is Twit.
There are a lot of kind of discussions that happen this time of year, and one of them happens to fall in like what makes a good gift. Like holiday gift giving around Android is something that a lot of our viewers are going to be asking themselves.
And it's actually something that I've already gotten asked of me already, like in the past 2 weeks, like, oh, hey, you know, Christmas is coming up, or, you know, Hanukkah's going on right now. I want to, you know, get somebody a new phone. I want to upgrade my phone. Which one is the best one to do? There was a great J.R. Raphael over at Computer World wrote up actually a really, really great write-up of the best Android phones you could buy right now. And in reviewing this, I realized, like, wow, now is a really good time for Android phones.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. I mean, just to kind of run down, and we can run down through these and kind of discuss whether we agree or disagree. And it's one of these, you see a lot of these blog posts around the holidays, like the top 5 things you can give someone or whatever, but this actually was done really well. He says the best overall user experience was the Moto X. Which in light of recent, I mean, we're talking user experience, not not total experience. So
not specs, some people would argue, you know, the specs, you know, maybe don't stack up, but I would agree. My wife loves her Moto X.
Yeah,
absolutely loves it.
Well, the thing about the Moto X that I found so interesting is that a lot with the customization and the general look and feel of it, it is a unique phone, almost similar to how Samsung is trying to make the Galaxy S4 kind of a unique phone. It's not just another Android phone. The Moto X, I think, has its own identity.
It has a style, a certain style to it, and thankfully, a lot of that kind of style is based around stock Android, more or less.
Yep.
So it's a really good kind of broad appeal device that lets people outside of the fold that may not really understand or care about the difference between Sense versus TouchWiz versus stock Android. It gives them a glimpse into, you know, a great device that's running stock more or less Android, and to
like
see just how
stock
far
plus.
it's come.
It's like stock plus. I mean, it feels like stock, but then they've put in some of the things that Samsung, not the same things, but similar things to what Samsung has done, except Samsung goes all the way and puts in TouchWiz and everything else.
Too far.
In my opinion as well, too far. But the Moto X kind of like, okay, let's stick with the Google look and feel, but then we'll add things like the active display and the touchless control and those things that you might want. And the camera itself is unique, especially I think for low light. So I mean, there's a lot of things there. The speakers on the front and things. I mean, there's a lot of. Or is the speaker still on the back with the Moto X? It's on the front, right?
No, I don't believe the speaker
or is it on the back?
No, I don't think it is.
The speaker's on the back of the phone. Yeah.
Oh, it's on the back. Okay, I get them confused because so many are coming out with it on the front now. But you know, so they've added some of those things, and I think that's what users are looking for. I mean, that's what I always recommend is people to go with something that's as close to the Google experience as possible because, you know, that's where the development's getting done. That's what's going to look familiar to most folks if they go out and they do a search on how do I do such and such, you know. And if they don't know to throw in the TouchWiz for the search, then they're going to come up with probably something
completely different.
Yeah, something completely different. So
and that kind of goes to, you know, like up until about a month ago, my stock answer to somebody is like, oh, I want to get an Android phone. What should I get? I've been recommending the HTC One because I've just been so impressed by that phone. I think that phone is a great handset. It's a great kind of thing. It's easy to jump into, especially that they're offering the Google Play edition, so you can get it kind of clean and get kind of the Android stock experience. But after a couple of weeks now with the Nexus 5, like hands down, Nexus 5 not only, and Computer World calls it out, JR calls it out as the best bang for your buck phone. Given the price point and that it's unlocked and the fact that this Nexus 5 is just a seriously sweet phone from top to bottom, both in terms of speed, ease of use, all the KitKat features, but also, like, I don't know if you saw when I was traveling on Google Plus, I posted a photo I took when I was boarding the plane in Manchester in England.
I didn't see that.
And there was, and I'll find it on Google Plus. I can give the link to the photo. But it was one of those things where people in the comments were saying, wait, was that with your Nexus 5? Like, it was like one of the first times I've had like a, hey, I took a good photo moment, you know?
Right.
You know, I've just been impressed by it a ton. So, like, without hesitation now, I tell people, I just point people in the direction of the Nexus 5 as a gift recommendation.
Eric, with your time at Lifehacker, have you had a chance to play around with the Moto X versus the 5 or either of those devices?
I actually got to play with a friend's Nexus 5 for a few minutes, so that's about my extent of the experience with it. I've got Nexus devices everywhere else. I've got all the tablets.
Yeah.
But so I can't. The hardware is only part of the story, really. So I mean, in most cases, you're just getting stock Android. The Nexus 5 has a solid screen. It's got good battery life.
I think so.
And it feels really nice. Like between the Moto X and the Nexus 5, I couldn't even pick one because they both feel really good in terms of the hardware. So I'm personally partial to the Moto X just because it's like stock Android plus a couple features. But aside from that, they're both good phones. Those are the ones I'd recommend.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to stock Android on a device, the Moto X is the first time that Nexus diehards actually considered like, oh, well, actually, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Because like we've kind of talked about, Samsung has rolled out a lot of extra features into their devices, but they don't end up, in my opinion, they don't end up being incredibly useful long term. You know, they might be here and there, you might use it and then just kind of forget about it or whatever. Some of the extra features on the Moto X are incredibly useful, and it has Nexus fans, diehard Nexus fans, going, well, why can't that be part of actual Google? Because that is freaking awesome.